adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Mike from Born Broken.
Michael from Born Broken.
Nice, here at Wacken. Boy, you and I came a long way to get to the holy ground.
We definitely did.
Oh my God, my travel was like they booked my layovers like right next to each other. So first one was Atlanta, which is a huge airport, and the flight was on the other side of the airport. So I'm carrying this 50-pound backpack running through the airport to get to that one. Then I get to Amsterdam, the second layover. I go there all the time. I forgot how big that airport is. And that was a bitch. And literally I got there like with a minute to spare. And I was like running the whole way. Opposite end of the airport.
Of course.
24 hours, no sleep. But it's worth it.
Sounds familiar.
Right?
Yeah.
It's worth it though. Yeah. Like here we are.
Absolutely.
The holy ground. It blew my mind. Like I did a bunch of interviews when I first got here this morning. And then I ventured out. Fuck, this place is big. And I do a lot of festivals. Like, I do Hellfest every year. And I'm like, it can't be much bigger than Hellfest. And then I looked and I'm like, maybe it can.
Yeah. Well, this is the big daddy of them all, right?
Oh, yeah. And 35th anniversary. And it started with something not bigger than this room. That's what blows my mind.
That's just the way festivals go. The fact that it had its longevity and it's pushed through and it's done all that, it's just a testament to itself.
Oh, yeah. They really knew what they were doing, the founders, and they've created this community that people are so loyal to this. And I'm sure in Canada the same, but in the States, everybody I know, they know this is the festival. If you're going to pick one to go to, this is it.
Yeah, and for us to be able to play it is absolutely mind-blowing. So
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. What did it feel like being on a Wacken stage? Like, what does that feel like? Or being on the grounds here, you know? What does all that feel like?
Okay, well, when it really comes down to it, all the nerves or whatever else is quite beforehand.
Yeah.
Because once you get on the stage, it kind of goes, you go into automatic pilot, and you just do it. Doing it for so long, it's just kind of like a rinse and repeat type of thing. Yeah. It's a little bit different. You're able to focus a bit more there on the crowd, look at the crowd more, try to get the crowd more involved. So like that was really cool. You know, the size of the stage that we got to play on was great for us. You know, it was the Headbanger stage. It was big. We were able to run around, jump around. I haven't been able to stomp around on a stage like that in such a long time. So it felt really good to be able to just let loose, you know, and just really stomp it. And so that was fun.
It's a lot more freeing, too, isn't it? Because, like, when you have a small stage that you can't do that, it almost cramps your playing, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of times where when we play a small club or a small venue, you have to sacrifice certain parts of the show just due to the stage space, right?
Exactly.
And you have to kind of, you know, if you want to rock out and jump around, you're like, well, where? You know, so I'm just going to hop in one place like a crazy person.
That's why I see a lot of times the band member will come down on the floor,
Yeah.
and I look at them and it's like, yeah, they just want some more room.
Yeah. And then sometimes, you know, you're putting your drum kit in front of an already backline drum kit on a stage that's big enough for maybe one drum kit.
Yeah.
So you got to accommodate those situations. But whatever, man, we make it work, you know. And it's
exactly
like, as long as you bring the energy and the vibe, the size doesn't matter. It's the vibe. And we do it a little old school. Like it's more about the attitude and the experience. We don't really do lasers and dragons and all the rest of it, you know. Like it's more just go out there and kill. You know?
Yep. It's so funny because that's exactly the word that was in my head before you said it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's true. It's like you think about the old school days, like they didn't need any flash for real metal. Forget the other stuff, but the real metal, it was just you went out there and you killed it and people dug it. Like that's, I think that's a big reason why grunge got popular for a while, because people were sick of all the hair metal, fashion show and this and that, and just wanted people that were going to get up there and play.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't really know much about the grunge thing with like that type of attitude, but yeah, with metal, us growing up in the 80s and the 90s, okay, I just dated ourselves there, but you went to go see a band not because of the way that they looked, but because of their music. Because
Exactly.
what you had is, you didn't have back then all the social media and all that. You had one picture on the back of a cassette deck, on the back of a
Right.
cassette tape that was so little, and that's the only thing that you had. And then you had the liner notes, so you would memorize the lyrics while you listened to the cassette. And you got 4 songs, and then you had to flip it and listen to the other 4 songs, you know what I mean? And yeah,
Absolutely.
so it was the music that drove you to like the band, not the persona of the people.
Exactly, because during the 80s, I lived in LA. And, in 1980, I was 12, and my dad said, pack your bags, we're moving to California in 3 days. I was very pissed about it. Little did I know how great a move that would be. I wouldn't be sitting with you right now, but that was the thing. Is I was at Slayer's first show ever, Metallica's first show ever, and they didn't do anything flashy. They just came out and fucking were brutal. And then when they left us, me and my bro would hitchhike up to the Bay Area, and then we saw what it was really all about in metal. And here we are.
Yeah, that's kind of like what the metal scene started out back then. Like, we had like Voivod,
Oh, yeah.
bands like DBC, stuff like that. Who are some of the other bands that started out way back then? 91 was Cryptopsy and Cataclysm, so this is going more extreme, But yeah, but the bands that we also had Razor and Anvil, Exciter.
And,
know?
I'm a huge Exciter fan. Huge. I love Exciter.
We also had Bryan Adams,
There you go. You also have
Shania Twain,
Triumph.
You know what? That there is a great. Of course, we could go down that rabbit hole too with Rush and all these bands and whatever else. You know what I mean? April Wine, etc. But now,
I just covered an April Wine show with Triumph.
wow.
I just interviewed.
Rick Emmett was amazing.
Oh, yeah. He still is.
Yeah. It's,
I just interviewed Voivod at Hell's Heroes,
okay.
and they killed it there. I always wonder why so much great music comes out of Canada. And then I think about it, and I'm like, well, fuck, it's so cold up there.
I was just about to say that.
Right?
I was just about to say it's so fucking cold. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like either you're going to play music or you're going to play hockey.
Right.
That's one of the
Or
two.
both.
Or both.
I like both.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, you're exactly right, man. And there's a lot of Canadian bands that don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
Whether it's metal, rock, whatever. We go down all kinds of rabbit holes with stuff. By the way, I just saw Triumph and April Wine. That was a great show.
It was a great
really,
show.
really good. But
Check
yeah,
this out. I saw Triumph at the US Festival on Heavy Metal Day, 1983.
Wow.
And the fact that they were on Heavy Metal Day. Yeah. See, I dated myself right there.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw you one back. My uncle played on the US Festival.
Whoa.
Yeah, so Mahogany Rush.
Oh, really?
Frank Marino.
Yeah. Well,
my uncle.
That's so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
So he was actually on the US Festival. He played it.
Nice.
So another Canadian band that never really got. I mean, they got globally big, but actually Canada never really embraced them the way the rest of the world did.
Really?
It's kind of interesting.
That's kind of weird because usually Canada, you're really about your bands. Canadians are Rush fanatics, a lot of them.
They are, but I'll tell you what it is, and I've said this in other interviews, and Mike's gonna agree with me on this. Canada has this thing where if you come from Canada, you have to make it everywhere else. And then they'll jump on board and say, you're one of ours. It's not to say that I love our fans. I love Canada, the fan base. I love my country. But classically, with especially bands that are a little bit more on the edgy side and heavier side, I feel like it's other world markets that catch on first, and then they're kind of last to the game.
Yeah.
But maybe that's changing now. That might be more of a thing that happened in the past. But it's there's a lot of great bands that come out of Canada and they just don't get the credit they deserve. We could draw up a pretty good list if we actually took the time.
Absolutely, because everybody we've named, I think, are great bands. And, it's interesting. We were talking about the US Festival because I flashed back to the US Festival today because this is my first time doing Wacken. I do festivals everywhere. It's first time doing Wacken. And I was out there taking video and pictures when they were letting people in the infield. And I don't know if you saw what goes on, but basically they have them at the gate, and as soon as it's time to go in, security just opens the gate, and they're just all rushing to the stage. And that's exactly what I did at the US Festival. It was like we waited at the gate, they opened it, and I ran full speed to get to the front. I was like fourth row of general, fourth from the stage. There was no rows, and there were 300,000 people. But, like, there was a stampede, and I saw that today, and I was like, oh, that's fun.
Memories.
Exactly, right? I'll tell you a funny story, too, about the US Festival. So Van Halen, they headlined, okay? And they were playing Ain't Talking About Love. And Eddie's playing, and he looks over at Dave because Dave's not singing. And Dave looks at the crowd of 300,000 people and says, I fucking forgot the words. And the whole crowd cheered like it was the best thing that ever happened, except one dude. And one dude heckled him, and he turned to him and he goes, I will fuck your girlfriend. And he probably did.
That's Dave for you.
Right?
Yeah.
What
a different time back then, eh?
I'm telling you.
The rules of the world were a little bit different.
There's bands that never would be around today.
No.
Like I was talking about with my buddies from Armored Saint, who I've been buddies with since like I'm 13. I was their original merch company at 15. Their first show I saw them at, they came out with hoods like the Mentors. Do you remember the Mentors? Yeah, so the Mentors were these really misogynistic, like their songs were all anti-women, calling them names and this. They would never be a band today, ever, in a million years. Like, and there's so much that went on. Like, think of Skid Row. She was only 17, and you know what I mean.
Winger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but still, yeah.
So, but you guys are badass.
Thank you.
And how does Wacken thing happen anyway?
Well, we actually did the contest in 2019, and we got to the Eastern Finals, of course, because the contest was a little bit different. They didn't do different finals in each kind of category or each province or stuff. This time they did an Eastern and a Western final, and then they had two bands each move on. Anyways, we did the Eastern finals, and just wasn't our time, I guess, right? And then, of course, you know what happened after 2019. The world basically shut down. So it took a while, and this year, just with the way everything was going, and the momentum that we were having, the good push with the album, Am I Invisible, we were asked to do it again. And to tell you the truth, we just said, let's just do it. You know what I mean? But again, we were like, whatever happens, happens. We had no expectations. We had no nothing. We were just going out there, and like it should be.
That's
be
ourselves. I
ourselves.
was going to say it should be that way.
Be ourselves, and we just played, and we won the first round. And it was like,
Nice.
oh, okay, all right. So then, we had lots of extra internal drama with the band, having cross gigs and stuff. So we figured it out and played the second round, and we won the second round.
Nice.
So now we're like, okay, now we're in the finals. Luckily for us, the finals were in Montreal.
Oh, there you go.
So we had the hometown crowd, whatever else, but still, you know what I mean? All 4 bands were amazing that came out from out west, Calgary, Toronto. Great, great, great bands. And we won. And it just really was like, this is a little bit surreal that we're going to get to play Wacken.
It's probably still surreal right now.
Yeah, you know what? It's still surreal that I'm sitting here in front of you talking to you. We're 6,000 miles away and we're both from North America, you know? So,
Right.
like, here's where we met.
I know, it's wild.
The thought pattern doesn't quite mix, but it does because we're here at the holy ground. We're here in the Mecca of metal, so it's very cool.
That's why I believe that if we want to solve all the world's problems, we need one metal music festival that the whole world is required to attend. And political leaders, they don't get a wristband, so security is instructed that they're not allowed there. And we just all go into the mosh pit and work all this shit out.
Wow. That would be a hell of a mosh pit.
Right?
I'll tell you that. Yeah, that would be crazy. But, you know, you're probably onto something. I think a lot of stuff could be worked out, you know? It's unfortunate.
Because think about it. We're metalheads. Everybody thinks we're scary and, we go in this mosh pit and beat the shit out of each other, blah, blah. No, we pick people up. At the end of the pit, we hug each other, and that's why I think it would work.
That's actually one of the things I said before our last song. I was like, look at your brother beside you. Look at your sister beside you. Give them a hug. Shake their hand. If you don't know them, make a new friend. We're all here from all other places around the world. We're all coming here together. Why? To become a community. You know, the world is shit now. You know what I mean? There's
no doubt.
Such a lack of empathy. There's such a lot of people are into themselves, very selfish and stuff. We're all indulged there in our phones. We're closed-minded there, whatever. And it's. I basically said, you know what I mean? We're here together, and that's basically like one of our songs. That's what it's about. It's called Age of Anger.
Nice.
And that's the feeling. So yeah, it was good to be able to direct that to the crowd and say, you know what I mean? Look at your brother, look at your sister, give them a hug. You know what I mean? We're one community, because that's what metalheads are. We're like a community. Doesn't matter where we're from. You see somebody. It's like those memes or those commercials where you see like 2 metalheads in like the grocery aisle, and they see them wearing each other's shirt and they just nod. You know, they're best friends already. Don't know each other, but we just are.
And a lot of people don't understand. Like people talk about, so I go on tour and do coverage of all these festivals, and they're like, well, you're not going to have any friends or blah, blah. I'm like, man, all my friends are there. It's when I get home. I don't want to deal with any of these assholes, you know, when I get home. That's why I live on an island. Get away from them, you know? And when it was so funny. As I'm walking in this morning from the parking lot, I saw these girls that I'm friendly with, that I was hanging with at Download, that live in Italy, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" That doesn't happen anywhere else but metal.
Yep.
And so that's why I'm glad you're here at Wacken, because Wacken is a community, and I hope we see a lot more of you. Tell everybody how they can reach out to you, buy your merch, because they can't fucking listen to my show unless they buy your merch.
Well, we're on pretty much every social platform: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I think we even have a Twitter page. but if
I call it Twitter still too. I can't call it X. Okay,
yeah.
It's stupid.
We also got we're on all the major platforms like Spotify. We're on Apple Music, Amazon Music, so on and so forth. And then in terms of merch.
Okay, yeah, because I'm the one who makes the merch and stuff.
And I have to say, before you say anything, he's wearing one of their shirts, and I noticed it right away.
It's very Canadian.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's very Canadian.
I like the color in it, too.
It's
and
a zombie.
Moose.
It's a zombie
moose.
Mountie. Yeah, it's a zombie Mountie riding on a zombie moose, and they're having the Canadian flag with all the dead maple leaves, and on the back it's part of our national anthem, "The True North, Strong and Free."
Nice.
So that's, you know, it's so we're here at Wacken representing Canada for the Wacken Metal Battle. Shout out to them there for that, and JJ and stuff for helping us get here. And yeah, so if you want to get our merch, you can go to loudtracks.com. And if we have extra of these shirts, because this was a pre-sale, like a one-time thing to try to get us here. But if we do have some extras after we get back, then you can get some of those. If not, you can get our regular merch there. But all of our albums you could buy on Bandcamp or whatever else, or even just DM us. And, you know, we're small enough, I guess, to say, to throw an album there in the mail. You know what I mean? It's not beyond us. That's what we are, you know?
I love it.
Back then, what did you do? You signed a cassette tape, you wrapped it up in a piece of newspaper, you stuck a sticker on it, and you threw it in the mail, you know? And that's it. That's the way that...
I miss those tape trade days.
Those are great.
I still have the Metallica demo tape that was probably recorded over 50 times. You can't even tell what it says on it.
Yeah.
But still... it was badass. Like, I think kids are missing out today. I hate to say it like that, but with this track mentality, albums were an experience.
Yeah, okay, that's totally it. It's totally unexperienced. People ask, well, do you still, like, what's the way you put your songs together? Well, we still put our songs together like an experience. Every track leads into the next for a reason. There's an emotional roller coaster that has to go when you listen to albums, when you listen to cassettes. Okay, with CDs, you start to be able to skip tracks. We didn't. We still would listen to the whole album because that's the era that we came from. But yes, now it's very simple. It's very easy to just put out a single, click, 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 and miss half the album. Like, we got like our streams, and we see it. Our singles and that or whatever else have tens of thousands of hits there, whatever else. Our other ones have like 15, 20, and it just to put in like a perspective. So it just goes to show you that not everyone is just listening to the whole album. You got your favorite and that's it. And the problem is that sometimes, you know, the best song is the first song on the B-side.
Right. You got to immerse yourself too, man. Like, that's how you
just look at Disposable Heroes.
There you go.
You know?
And like, okay, they only give it like 10 seconds. Some of my favorite songs kids wouldn't listen to today because they wouldn't wait long enough, like Battery, like Fast as a Shark. You know, there's so many songs I can mention that they start off and then all of a sudden it gets brutal.
Yeah, just like Leper Messiah too, like that. So we give a little homage at the end because we grew up there with that stuff to like Metallica and stuff, all before Black, of course.
That's funny you should say that, because as one of the original Metallica attendees and my 25 friends, when the Black album came out, were like fucking poser sellouts.
We understand why, okay? The thing was, so we like to give little homages on our albums and sometimes to show our influences and what it is. So if you can find them and pick them out and, you know what I mean, hit us up, say, hey, I found this, I found that, you know what I mean? If you could find it, whatever else, and we think it's cool, I'll send you some free merch.
Nice. I love it. And listen, you guys are true musicians, true metalheads.
Thank you.
And I think you guys fucking deserve to be on the main stage of Wacken next year. I'm just putting it out there. Putting it out
the
there.
Ether, man.
Exactly. Exactly. You know.
What, they say manifest it or something?
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
It's like, hey, we'd be glad to come back. That's for sure.
Well, you enjoy the rest of Wacken. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.